Very, very good morning to all of you, my friends. Welcome back. So, I hope you guys are doing good. Further, very important, guys, I have discussed all the concepts in detail relating to transportation industry. We started with service costing, wherein we discussed the concepts of transportation industry. I hope you guys have solved the questions of study material and past practice manual relating to transportation industry. So anyone having any doubts or queries relating to transportation industry? Giving you 2 minutes time. If you guys have anything running in your mind, you guys can please post your query. When talking about transportation industry, the basic format of preparing statement of cost is like you have to classify all the expenses in three parts, that is fixed or standing cost, variable cost or running cost, and maintenance cost. The classification is very important, so you have to keep in mind that where to place each and every item, and thereafter divided by number of units. Units can be single and composite. Further, composite units can be calculated using two ways, that is absolute and commercial. If the question is silent, always use absolute, that is the weighted average approach. Commercial approach or simple average approach is to be used only when mentioned in the question. So if you guys have any doubts or queries, you guys can please post your queries. Waiting for your doubts or queries. Good morning, Anshu. Good morning, Almas, Rohan. Good morning. I hope you guys have solved the questions. Yes, Kirti and Anshu, Vishal, Priyanshi. Again, guys, these classes are conducted for your benefit only. So जैसे जैसे लेक्चर चल रहा है आप अपने साथ साथ में क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करते जाइए. ये मत सोचिए कि once the subjects gets over we will start revising. No. See, enough of break is given in every chapter or every session. So in this break is just so that you guys can practice few questions what are discussed in class, and apart from this you can try some additional question. Very good, Vishal. Good morning, Meenu. So, guys, let's proceed further with the next part, wherein we'll be discussing a few questions on hotel industry. I request you guys to please open my material. Again, the same question is there in the study material. So please open the study material, or you can refer my material also. Okay, example number 7 of the transportation industry was homework. So the question is similar to illustration number 4, plus the additional question what I have discussed in the previous session. So I hope you guys have solved illustration number 4. So let's start with example number 8. A hotel is being run in a hill station with 200 single rooms. The hotel offers concessional rates during 6 off-season months in a year. During this period, half of the room rent is charged. The management's profit margin is targeted at 20% of the room rent. Following are the cost estimates and other details for the year ending 31st March 2021, wherein they are talking about the occupancy, that is occupancy during the season it is 80%, while in off season it is 40%. Total investment made in hotel is 300 lakhs, of which 80%, relates to building, and the balance 20% relates to furnitures and fittings. Room attendant are paid rupees 15 per room per day on the basis of occupancy of rooms in a month. So depending upon the rooms occupied, the room attendant is paid rupees 15 per room per day as a wages. Further, the additional expenses are given, that is staff salary, repairs to building, laundry charges, interior charges, miscellaneous expenses. Annual depreciation is to be provided on building at the rate of 5% and 15% on furniture and other equipment on straight line method. Monthly lighting charges are 110, except in 4 months in winter when it is rupees 30 per room. This cost is on the basis of full occupancy for a month. You are required to work out the room rent chargeable per day, both during the season and the off-season month, using the foregoing information. Assume a month to be of 30 days and winter season to be considered as a part of off-season. So, a very good question. So, let's start with this question. Let's prepare the statement of cost. So let's start with the other expenses first of all, then we'll take into account the depreciation and the room attendant and the electricity part. So staff salary, eight lakh. Repairs to building, it is 3 lakh. Laundry charges are 1,40,000. Interior charges are 2,50,000. Miscellaneous expenses are 200,200. So we are done with all the expenses. Now let's start with the depreciation part. See, the total investment is 300 lakhs, of which 80% relates to building. 300 lakhs into 80%, and the rate of depreciation on the building, it is 5%. Similarly, for furniture, Into the rate of depreciation, it is 15%. So this will be 12 lakh. And this will be 9 lakh. Thanks, Vishal. Now let's start with the room attendant wages. Now see, the amount that is paid to the room attendant is based on the number of rooms that are occupied. So let's calculate the number of rooms that are occupied throughout the year. We call it as room days. So let's calculate the number of rooms that are occupied, calculation of room days. So there are two seasons, summers and winters. Sorry, uh, season and off season. Now see, there are total number of rooms are 200, and on an average, 80% rooms are occupied during the season. So it means 160 rooms are occupied every day. 160 rooms are occupied every day into 30 days in a month into 6 months, because the season is for 6 months. Similarly, for off season, total number of rooms are 200, and occupancy during the off season it is 40% only into 30 days in a month into 6 months in a year. So here in transportation industry, we calculate passenger kilometer, ton kilometers, or ton miles, whatever it is. Similarly, in hotel industry, we do calculate the room days. So we can say these are the number of units for basically hotel industry. So let's calculate the final amount. So this will be 28,800, and this will be 14,400. So the total number of rooms that are occupied during the year, it is 43,200. So these are the number of rooms that are sold during the year. Very good, Almas, Vishal. Anyone having any doubts or queries till now? So now we can easily calculate the room attendant wages. So it is given that the room attendant are paid rupees 15 per room per day on the basis of occupancy in a month. So this will be 6,48,000. Anyone with any doubts or queries relating to this calculation, you guys can please post, waiting for your queries. Now let's calculate the next part, that is the electricity charges. So the monthly lighting charges are 110. So it's not the daily lighting charges, it's the monthly lighting charges. It is 110, except in 4 months in winter when it is rupees 30 per room, and this cost is on the basis of full occupancy for a month. So lighting charges, let's refer working note number 1. Now, very simple, guys. Here, the lighting charges are 110 for 8 months, and for 4 months, it is only 30 per room per month. So, ultimately, see, and further, these 4 months basically belongs to off season and in winters. Now, see, when talking about season, during the full season, the lighting charges will be 110 only. So, let's say for 6 months, so total number of rooms are 200 into 80% is the occupancy. Since the lighting charges are given per month, so we will not be multiplying it by the number of days. So this will be into 6 months into 110. Further, off season also, for 2 months during the summers, it will be 200 into 40% is the occupancy. See, during the season, it is for 6 months, assuming it as summers. For off seasons also for 2 months, assuming it as summers, because winter lasts only for 4 months. So for 2 months again, the lighting charges will be 110 only. Now, in off season for the balance months, that is 4 months, that is, we can say that during winters, it is occupancy is 40% into 4 months into 30. So this calculation is bit on the trickier side. So please reread the calculation again, recheck. Still, if you have any doubts, you guys can please post. So waiting for your queries on this part. I'll be posting 1 or 2 questions also. I'll be asking you guys 1 or 2 questions. So this is the trickier part. If you guys have any doubts, you guys can please post your queries. See, the point is that you have to read the question, each and every line of the question carefully. Then, you can easily solve it. So Anshu, sir, last में 6 से multiply क्यों किया? See, again I repeat, Anshu, there are total 12 months in a year, of which season, it is 6 months. Off season, it is 6 months. During season, again, full season, 100 per month will be the rent. When talking about off season, for 2 months, it will be 110. And for 4 months, that is during the winters, it will be 30. So this is what the language given in question. And using this language, I have solved this question. So try to break the language. आप language को एक paragraph को छोटे-छोटे टुकड़ों में बांटिए and then try to solve the question. So this is the diagrammatic form of the language that is given in the question. I hope your query is resolved, Anshu. So here in 200 rooms, on an average, 160 rooms are occupied every day, and per month the lighting charges are 110. So 110 into 6 months. These are the monthly lighting charges, Anshu. I hope it is clear. Vishal, Priyanshi, Kirti, anyone having any doubts? Meenu, Rohan, Neeraj, Jayendra, Tanu, Priyanshi, Uma, any doubts? Yes, Uma, Rohan. See, Rohan, check the language. It is given in the question that lighting charges are not per day, it is per month. That's why I have not multiplied it by 30. Read the question carefully, Rohan. I hope your query is resolved, Rohan. Anyone else? Priyanshi, any doubts? Sneha, Almas? So, what will be the total lighting charges? Let's calculate. So 200 into 80%, that is 160 rooms are occupied on an average in a month, in a day, into 6 months into 110. Thanks, Meenu. It is 132, 800. Neeraj, please check. Please recheck the calculation. So done with the depreciation, monthly lighting charges, and all the cost. So I think we are done with the total cost. So the total cost will be, yes, Anshu, so 45 lakh 71,000. Now see, it is given that the management profit margin is targeted at 20% of the room rent. So profit is 20% of room rent. So what will be the total revenue? Can anyone tell me what will be the total revenue? Waiting for your answers. Again, I repeat, the management profit margin is targeted at 20% of the room rent, 20% of sales. So what will be the revenue amount? Can you guys please tell me? Waiting for your answers. It's a simple mathematics. Yes, what will be the total revenue? Waiting for your answers. Everyone. The profit is 20% of the room rent. So what will be the total revenue? We have got the cost also, that is 45,71,000. So very good, Priyanshi, your answer is correct. Rest everyone waiting for your answers. Anshu, I'm talking about the total revenue. Sunil Kumar, again, I'm expecting the total revenue, Sunil. What will be the total revenue? It's a basic calculation, my dear. Priyanshi, okay, you have posted the profit. So, one second. Rohan Sao, very good. Jayendra, I'm surprised why few students are not able to calculate the basic I mean, it's a very basic calculation, Jayendra. Same goes with Sunil Kumar, Anshu. Okay, so now Anshu, your answer is correct. Meenu, now your answer is correct. Rohan, your answer is correct. Very good. Jayendra, waiting for your correct answer. Try to solve it. Jayendra, it is incorrect, my dear. Sunil Kumar, I'm waiting for your answer, my dear. Yes, Almas, waiting for your answer. Okay, see, guys, it's a very simple calculation. Again, discussing this part. See, it is 20% of sales, or we can say revenue, because room rent is the revenue. So, whenever you find 20% of the sales or revenue, so whatever it is given, assuming it as 100. अगर 20% जो है कॉस्ट का दिया है तो कॉस्ट को 100 मान लीजिए 20% सेल्स का दिया है तो सेल्स को 100 मान लीजिए सो माय सेल्स इज हाउ मच 100 my profit is how much 20% of sales so my profit will be how much 20 so if sales is 100 profit is 20 my cost will be how much 80 I repeat again, whenever you find that 20% profit on sales or 20% profit on cost, so अगर sales दिया है तो sales को 100 मान लीजिए, cost दिया है तो cost को 100 मान लीजिए. So here in 20% of sales or revenue, so sales is 100, profit is 20, so my cost is what? 80. So herein 45,71,000 is given, that is what my cost. ये किसके बराबर है 80 सी कॉस्ट इज 80 सो जो जिसके बराबर है उसको आप डिनोमिनेटर में रखिए एंड व्हाट यू हैव टू कैलकुलेट रेवेन्यू इज इक्वल्स टू 100 सो मल्टीप्लाइड बाय 100 सो कॉस्ट इज इक्वल्स टू व्हाट 80 सो कीप इट इन डिनोमिनेटर व्हाट यू वांट टू कैलकुलेट कीप इट इन न्यूमरेटर So this will be 57,13,750. See, revenue minus cost will be profit. Now see, let's use this concept only. See, if we want to calculate profit, I have my cost 45,71,000. Now this cost is equals to what? 80. So let's keep in denominator. If you want to calculate profit is what? 20. So keep it in numerator. You will get the answer. Alternatively, for 57,13,750 minus 45,71, you will also get the profit. Anyone with any doubts or queries? Now it is correct, Sunil. Almas, very good. Jayendra, I hope your query is resolved. Yes, Jayendra. So, जो जिसके बराबर है उसको आप कहां पे रखेंगे डिनोमिनेटर में एंड व्हाट यू वांट टू कैलकुलेट इफ यू वांट टू कैलकुलेट सेल्स multiplied by 100 if you want to calculate profit multiplied by 20. Anyways, guys, so we have got the revenue. Now, the important part is that we have to calculate the room rent. So let's read the question once again for the calculation of room rent. So see, during this, so the hotel offers a concessional rate during the 6 off-season months during the year, and during this period, half of the room rent is charged. So in season, full room rent; in off-season, half room rent. So So let's assume that let the room rent during the season be X. अगर रूम रेंट सीजन के टाइम X होता है तो इन ऑफ सीजन इट विल बी हाफ, दैट इज 0.5x. Room rent in off season will be 0.5x. सो एक रूम का एक दिन का रेंट अगर सीजन में एक्स होता है तो एक रूम का एक दिन का रेंट जो है ऑफ सीजन में कितना होगा? 0.5x. सो अगेन व्हाट इट इज रूम रेंट पर रूम पर डे. So X is the room rent per room per day into, if we multiply it by 28,800, we'll get the total revenue during the season, plus if we multiply 14,400 into 0.5x, we will get the total revenue for the off season. So this is the revenue for season. Just writing for your understanding, this is revenue for off season. And season plus off season will be what? The total revenue, that is 57,13,750. So let's calculate the value of X. So this will be 158.72 during season, and in off season it will be half, that is 79.36. So this is the I've covered each and every point in detail. If you guys have any doubts or queries, you guys can please post. Again, don't follow a pattern. There is no fixed pattern in costing. Try to understand the concept, read the language, and accordingly solve the question. So focus more on concepts rather than memorizing a pattern or a formula, whatever it is. So if you guys have any doubts or queries, you guys can please post further. Please analyze what I have written over the board and try to understand the things. And further, I request you guys to at least copy this explanation. It will help you while revising for the exams. Every time you can't check the study material, try to prepare your own notes. Again, I repeat, what you will write, you will remember it forever. So हमेशा अपने notes बनाना सीखिए. Don't refer this notes, that notes. If you have time and have that much of patience, try to prepare the summarized notes of what you have understood from the session, whatever it is. So giving you 2 to 3 minutes time, please copy what I have discussed till now. See, Rohan, very simple. See, 28,800 is what? See, there are total 200 rooms and the occupancy is 80%. It means 160 rooms are occupied during a day. If we multiply it by 30, then we can say 4,800 rooms are occupied in a month. And if we multiply it by 6, then we can say 28,800 rooms are occupied during the season. I hope it is clear. So basically, yes, these are the number of rooms occupied. That कितने rooms का हमारा booking हुआ. I hope it is clear, Rohan. So let's start with one question. I'll be posting a question. I want every one of you to guys to solve. So if you will solve, it will help you to understand the concepts in better way. So the students who are not posting the answers, I request you guys to post your answers so that at least you can figure out that where exactly you guys stand. So try to solve the question. I'm putting up a question in front of you. One second. So, a question for you guys. I request you guys to solve this question and post your answers. It's a very good question. Examiner do ask these questions. So I request you guys to please solve this question and post your answer, assuming 30 days in a month and 12 months in a year. I'm just dictating the question also for your reference. A hotel is being run in a hill station with 300 rooms. The category of rooms are like 40 are super deluxe, deluxe are 60 rooms, and standard rooms are 200. So the total is 300. The average occupancy during the year is for super deluxe, it is 50%, for deluxe, it is 80%, and for standard, it is 90%. Annual cost of operating the hotel, it is 49 lakh 60,000. Hotel targets a profit of 20% of the room rent. Further, it is given that GST is 18% of room rent. The rent of deluxe room is twice of standard. The rent of deluxe room is twice of standard, and rent of super deluxe is 2.5 times of deluxe. So I request you guys to solve the question. Let's see who answers first, and let's see who answers correctly. No Priyanshi, no concept of season and off season. Still waiting for the answers, guys. I have not received answers from anyone. Anyone ready with the answers? So I've got answer from Vishal Chaudhary. This room rent is for which category? Vishal? You have to post three answers for deluxe, super deluxe, and standard. Yes, Priyanshi, Meenu, Sneha, Almas. It's been 10 minutes. Examiner is not going to give you that much of time. Okay, so I've got answer from Priyanshi. So very good, Priyanshi. Let me check. So Priyanshi is the first one to post the answer. In fact, followed by, Vishal is the first one. But Vishal, you have not posted the complete answer. Priyanshi is the first one to post complete answer. Okay, so I've got answer from Sneha Chawla also. And Sneha, your answers are not matching with Priyanshi. So I've got two different answers from two students, Priyanshi and Sneha. Okay, I've got answer from Vishal also. Vishal, I think your answer is incorrect because your figures are on the higher side. So please recheck your answer. Okay, so I've got answer from Almas also. And surprisingly, Almas, Sneha, and Priyanshi, your answers are not matching with each other. So I think I have got three answers, different answers for one question. Vishal, your answer is incorrect, that I can say straight away. Still, I'm not ready with the answer. Even I have to solve this question. So try to solve it. I think, Vishal, you are making some mistake. Rest, Almas, Sneha, and Priyanshi, good guys. So waiting for your answers. Meenu, Rohan Sahu, Mohammad Parvez, Jayendra, Anshu, Tanu, Pooja, Uma, Neeraj. Quick, guys. Sanju, waiting for your answer. Last 4 minutes for you. It's 7:56. I'll start solving the question by 8 o'clock maximum. Anyone else ready with the answer? Yes, Rohan and Jayendra. So I've got answer from Priyanshi, Sneha, and Almas. Only three. Yes, Priyanshi. Okay, so I've got answer from Meenu now. Meenu, again, your figures are on the higher side. Please recheck your answer, dear. Mr. Vishal, again, Vishal and Meenu, your answers are like more or less same. But again, your figures, both of you guys, your figures are on the higher side. I appreciate your efforts, guys. अगर आप गलती नहीं करोगे तो आप उसको सही नहीं कर पाओगे. I just want to say that, see, If you're trying to solve the questions and you're making mistake, that's okay. At least you're learning from your mistake. But अगर आप attempt ही नहीं करोगे, then how you will learn? That is the key. So I've got answer from Jayendra. So attempt each and every question and try to figure out that what all difficulties you have. I mean, where exactly you are finding, the problem. That's what it is. So very good, Jayendra, Meenu, Priyanshi, Almas, Vishal, Sneha. Very good, guys. So let's start with the solution now. See, the question is very simple. Straight away, we have the total cost, that is 49,60,000. Now herein we have to add the profit and tax, then only we will get the total revenue. So profit is how much? 20% of the room rent. So profit is 20. See, let's assume revenue is 100. Profit is 20% of the revenue. Tax is again 18% of the revenue. So if the revenue is 100, 18 is gone towards taxes, 20 is gone towards profit. So we are left out with how much? Only 62%. So we can say this 49,60,000 is equals to 62. And since we want to calculate revenue, so जो भी कैलकुलेट करना है आपको उसको कहां पे रखना है? न्यूमरेटर में. जो जिसके बराबर है उसको आपको क्या रखना है? डिनोमिनेटर में. So here the cost is equals to 62. So 49,60,000 is equals to 62. So let's keep it in denominator. And you want to calculate revenue. So you have to keep it in numerator. So we have got the total revenue as 80 lakh. This will be 16 lakh. And this will be 14 lakh 40 lakh. So the first part is the calculation. Okay, so I've got answer from few more students. So the first part is over. The first part was the calculation of revenue. So we have the total revenue now. Now let's calculate the second part, that is the number of room days. So herein, there are total 40 rooms. The number of rooms are 40, 60, and 200. The occupancy is per day is 50%, 80%, and 90%. So if we multiply it, then we will get the number of rooms occupied per day into 30 days in a month, into 12 months in a year. So we will get the number of room days. So this will be 7,200. So these are the number of room days. As I mentioned also that you have to take 30 days in a month and 12 months in a year. I have mentioned also that you have to assume 30 days in a month and 12 months in a year. Yes, Pooja, thank you. You got the answer, Pooja. So it is 360 days only, Sneha. Anyways, now let's move towards the next part. Now see, the rent of deluxe room is twice of standard. So let's say if the rent of standard room is X, the rent of deluxe room will be how much? Twice of standard. It is 2 times of standard. So this will be 2x. And for super deluxe room, it is given that it is 2.5 times of deluxe room. So if the rent of deluxe room is 2x, so the super deluxe will be 2.5 times of 2. So this will be 5x. So now we can easily calculate the room rent. So deluxe room, so super deluxe rooms are 7,200 occupied into the room rent per day. It is 5x plus deluxe room. The occupancy is 17,280 into 2x and 64,800 into x. It should be equal to 80 lakh. So let's calculate the value of x. So very good, Rohan. So 135,360x is equals to 80 lakh. So x, we can say the value of x of standard room will be 59.10. So for deluxe room, so this is the way you guys have to solve the question. So I have got a correct answer from Meenu. So very good, Meenu. Very good, Rohan. Rest everyone. I appreciate your efforts. Okay, so I think Almas was the first one to post correct answer. So very good, Almas. So Almas was the first one to post correct answer. So very good, Almas. Rest everyone. Try to post your answers. Whatever the answers you are getting, just try to post it so that at least you will realize that what all mistakes, I mean, आप लोग क्या क्या गलती कर रहे हैं. then only you'll be able to understand. So try to solve the question. Do post your answers. It will help you a lot, guys. I hope this part is clear to all. So Sneha, Neeraj, no worries, Priyanshi, that's okay. Jayendra, Sneha, Vishal, I hope you guys are thorough with this part. Anyone having any doubts, guys? So those who want to copy the solution can please copy. So Neeraj, you were able to get these two answers, Neeraj? You got this 80 lakh and 89 to 80? Very good, Neeraj. Jayendra, Meenu, any doubts? Sneha, Vishal? Yes, Vishal, any doubts? Okay, Vishal. Still, I have not. In fact, a few students are not posting the answers. So, Uma, where are you, dear? I mean, every time you post the answers today, I'm not getting answers from you, Uma. Sanju and Anshu, you also didn't post it the answer. Tanu, Pooja, Sanju, Mohammed Parvez, you post your answer. Kirti, you also didn't post it the answer. Anyways, guys, try to solve the questions. Anyone else with any doubts or queries, you guys can please post. Further, I request you guys to copy the solution. Yes, I'll be putting up one more question, Rohan. Okay, so Anshu, now you are ready with the answer. Very good, Anshu. That's okay, no worries. But again, the time management is very important during exams. I mean, you will get only 3 hours to solve the paper, so you have to manage the time. Again, the practice is the key. Try to solve new questions, variety of question, and further try to solve the questions in writing rather than doing ticking. It will help you to improve the speed, and you will be able to complete the paper on time. So again, yes, the answer should be correct, but again, it should the answer should, I mean, you should complete the question in a in you know in a I mean in a particular time frame. Just like examiner आपको 5-6 घंटे नहीं देता, examiner is going to give you only 3 hours, so you have to manage the time and accordingly solve the question. Yes, Pooja, you can continue. That's okay. See, after this session, there is one more session on service costing. So for the chapters what I have completed, you can refer the recorded lectures. But yes, from standard costing and marginal costing, I mean from standard costing, I'll be discussing the next chapter, that is standard costing. So make sure you are regular and do post all your answers. It's a very interesting chapter and a very important chapter from examination point of view. Rest, it's okay. You can check the recorded session. You'll be able to understand the concepts. But make sure you are regular, Pooja, and try to post your answers. Max to max 10 minutes, Priyanshi, for this question. And in the meanwhile, Pooja, if you find any sort of difficulty in any of the previous sessions, also, you just can ask me. If the time permits for 5-10 minutes, I'll take your queries also. Don't worry, Pooja. Let's take one more question. So, hotel is being run in a hill station with 150 rooms. Occupancy varies from season to season. Occupancy varies from season to season. Now, there are 3 seasons: summer, winter, and when talking about the occupancy, let's say this occupancy is highest in summer with 90% rooms are occupied. In winters also the occupancy is 60%, and in autumn the occupancy is 80%. Assume 30 days in a month, and each season is of 4 months. Yearly cost of operation. Yearly cost of operation is 62 lakh 56,000. The management targets profit of 20% on cost. Management targets a profit of 20% on cost. Further, rent during the summers is 3 times of winter, and rent during autumn is 2 times of winter. Room rent during the summer is 3 times of winter, and rent during the autumn is 2 times of winter. You are required to calculate room rent per room per day. In short, you have to calculate room rent for all the 3 seasons summer, winter, and autumn? Again, a very easy question. Try to post your answers. Waiting for your answers, guys. What is the room rent? What is the room rent that the company will be charging during summers, winters, and autumn? Waiting for your answers. I want every one of you guys to post your answers. Waiting for your answers. Let's see who answers first, and I want correct answers from everyone. Okay, so I have got answers from tax is not given, Tanu. Okay, so I've got answer from Neeraj Patel. Very good, Neeraj. Anshu also has posted the answer. Very good, Anshu. Meenu has also posted the answers. Very good. Rohan has also posted. Almas also posted. Very good. Sneha, Priyanshi, very good. So, guys, let's solve this question. So now we have the cost is given, that is 62,56,000. Now profit is how much? Now here is the profit is 20% of cost. The profit is 20% on cost. So 62,56,000 into 20%. Very good, Mohammed Parvez. Let me check. It will be 125,1200. So my revenue will be now. Okay, let's calculate the room days. So summer, winter, and autumn. So 150 rooms multiplied by occupancy, that is 90%, 60%, and 80% into 4 months in a year into 30 days. So this will be 16,200. This will be 10,800. This will be 14,400. So 41,400. Now, see, the rent depends upon the winter part. So let's assume rent during winter be X. So rent during summer will be, so rent during the summer is 3 times of winter. So this will be 3x. And rent during autumn will be 2 times of winter. So this will be 2x. So now let's multiply. So winter it is 10,800 into x. Summer it is 3x. So 16,200 into 3x. And autumn it is 14,400 into 2x. This should be equal to the total revenue, that is 750,7200. So this will be 88,200x, which should be equal to 750,7200. So value of x will be 85.11. that is during winters. Then autumn, it will be double, 170.23. So these are the answers. Now let me check. So I think Vishal Chaudhary posted the answer, but your answer was incorrect. So I think Neeraj Patel is Neeraj Patel. So Neeraj Patel is the first one to post correct answer. So very good, Neeraj. Followed by Anshu. So very good, Anshu. Your answers are correct. Okay, Anshu, I think your calculation of winter is different. Rest everything correct answer. Meenu, very good. Your answers are correct. Rohan, please recheck your answer, my dear. I think you made a silly mistake multiplying the room days with the X part. Anyways, Almas, correct answer. Very good, Almas. 75072. So, Priyanshi, very good. Your answers are correct. Mohammed Parvez, very good, Mohammed. Your answers are correct. Jayendra Pokhale, okay, please recheck your answer, Jayendra. I think there are some rounding of differences. Rest it's correct, I think. Just a difference of 1 or 2 rupees. Tanu Vishwakarma, please recheck your answers. Priyanshi Tak, please recheck your answers. Sunil Kumar, please recheck your answer. Vishal, please recheck your answer. Pooja, please recheck your answer. It's a basic calculation, my dear. So Jayendra Pokhale, now it is correct. Very good, Jayendra. So Rohan, please recheck your answer. Yes, Priyanshi. So the key is read the question carefully, solve it with patience. You will succeed. I mean, your answers will be correct. So very good, guys. I got answer from most of the students, but still there are few students who are not posting the answer. Yes, Mohammed Parvez, I mentioned your name also. Your answer is correct, Mohammed Parvez. 1 second, let me recheck it. Mr. Parvez. I think I mentioned your name also. Yes, your answers are correct, Mr. Parvez. Even I mentioned your name also. Those who posted incorrect answer, please recheck the calculation. Rohan, very good, everyone. I got correct answers from many students this time. Sunil Kumar, please recheck your answers. So I can sense it that few students are much better, in fact, better with this question because I think they learned from their mistake what they did in the previous question. So I appreciate your efforts, guys. And many students now were able to solve this question. So very good, guys. So anyone else with any doubts or queries, those who are not able to solve, I request you guys to please copy the solution and further do copy the question also. You guys can take the screenshot, but yes, do write the solution. Vishal, please recheck your calculation. See, the language is very clear, Vishal, that the rent during the summer is 3 times of winter. समर का जो रेंट होगा वो विंटर का कितना टाइम होगा 3 टाइम and rent during the autumn is 2 times of winter, not 2 times of summer. It will be only of winters only. So let's take winter as a base and solve the question. I hope it is clear, Vishal. Again, solve the question with patience, read the question carefully, Priyanshi, and then go ahead with the solution. These silly mistakes, most of the students do it in exams. The point is that they don't read the question carefully or they rush towards the solution. So the key is read the question patiently, try to write the solution with peace of mind. Trust me, you will be able to solve the question easily and you'll score good marks. Anyone else with any doubts or queries? I request you guys to please copy the solution, at least those who are not able to solve, giving you 2 minutes time. See, I have written it is 20% on cost, Jayendra. Always remember the question will give you complete information. Either 20% on cost or 20% on sales, whatever it is, the question will mention. Don't worry. Giving you 2 minutes time to copy this part. So now we are done with hotel industry. So now let's take a break of 15 minutes. I'll be back after 15 minutes with one more question on hospital industry. And then in the coming session, we'll discuss variety of questions on different types of industries, that is toll roads, education institution, bankings and financial institution. So we'll be discussing variety of questions in the coming session. But let's take a break as of now. 1 second, I've got a query. No worries, Sunil Kumar. That's okay. As I said, half of the work is done if you read the question carefully. So I think you have taken it as 20% on sales. That's okay. No worries. But rest, you were able to calculate these 2 points, Sunil Kumar. Yes, Sunil, you are able to calculate these room days and this part. Very good. Very good, Sunil. Rohan, I hope it is clear to you. Anything else? Because you're not being able to post the correct answer, Rohan. So that's why I mentioned that try to solve the question in class and post your answer. अगर आप गलती करोगे then you will realize that okay, this was the mistake I did and this was the correct answer. अगर आप गलती नहीं करोगे तो उसको correct कैसे करोगे? So better approach the question, try to solve the question. Whatever the answers you are getting, do post it. I'll be I'll be asking you wide variety of questions in the coming two chapters, that is standard and marginal, because examiner do ask question in every attempt on standard and marginal. So whatever it is, do write the answer and post the answer. That is the key. That's okay, Tanu. But yes, whatever it is, just solve the question with patience. Again, I'll repeat, half of the work is done when you read the question carefully. See, in the coming sessions also, I'll be putting up tricky points in every question. I'll be taking many questions in the coming sessions on the coming chapters. So the point is read each and every line and then try to solve the question with patience. Don't rush. Just solve the question with patience. You'll be able to crack. That's it. So I know, Rohan, because I think you got confused between summer, winter, and autumn. So that's what it is. But no worries, guys. So let's take a break of 15 minutes. I'll be back after 15 minutes with one more question. So let's take a break. Edwin, sir. Everything. after much needed break. So we are done with the costing of hotels. So जैसे transportation industry में we used to calculate the units. It's like ton miles or passenger kilometers. So in hotel industry we do calculate room days. So now let's proceed further with one more question, that is costing of hospitals. So again a very easy concept. So let's start with this example number 9. I'll be discussing this part with the help of an example. So let's start with example number 9, costing of hospitals. Again, the same question is there in the study material also, I think. So you can refer study material or my sheet, whatever convenient for you. So ABC Hospital runs a critical care unit in a hired building. Critical care unit consists of 35 beds. So the capacity of the hospital is 35 beds, and 5 more beds can be added only if it is required. So capacity is 35 beds and 5 more beds can be added if required. The rent per month is 75,000. There are two thousand per month paid on the basis of number of patients attended and the time spent by them. Other expenses for the year are as follows, wherein the repairs are fixed, food to patients are variable, other services to the patient, it is variable, laundry charges, they are variable, medicines, it is variable, other fixed expenses and administration expenses are located. It was estimated that 150 days in a year, 35 beds were occupied, and for 80 days in a year, only 25 beds are occupied. So for 150 days, total 35 beds were occupied, and for 80 days, only 25 beds are occupied. The hospital hired 750 beds, extra beds. In fact, the hospital hired 750 extra beds at a charge of rupees 100 per bed per day to accommodate the flow of patients. However, this does not exceed more than 5 extra beds over and above the normal capacity of the 35 beds. So as they said that the capacity is 35 beds and 5 more extra beds can be accommodated. So keeping in mind this 5 beds criteria, they have taken total 750 beds. So we can say approx for 150 days, they have taken 750 beds. For 150 days, for 150 days, 5 beds per day, they have taken 750 beds extra. Anyways, you are required to calculate the profit per patient days. If the hospital recurs on an average 2,000 per day from each patient, further you are required to calculate the break-even point for the hospital. So this break-even point, when talking about break-even point, it's the point where there is no profit, no loss. Calculate break-even point, it is fixed cost divided by PV ratio or fixed cost divided by contribution per unit. Now, what is PV ratio? What is contribution per unit? I'll be discussing this part in detail in marginal costing. So as of now, let's start with this question. Now see, जैसे ट्रांसपोर्टेशन इंडस्ट्री में टन माइल्स पैसेंजर किलोमीटर टन किलोमीटर कैलकुलेट करते थे, होटल इंडस्ट्री में रूम डेज कैलकुलेट करते थे. सो इन हॉस्पिटल्स इट इज पेशेंट बेड, दैट इज बेड्स पे कितने पेशेंट्स थे, आई मीन हाउ मेनी बेड्स आर ऑक्यूपाइड ड्यूरिंग द ईयर. सो वी कॉल इट एज पेशेंट बेड्स. So let's start with this question, example number 9. Now herein, since we have to calculate the break-even sales, so we will be classifying all the expenses in two parts, that is variable cost and fixed cost. Why? We'll be discussing again this part in detail in marginal costing. But as of now, for your reference, herein, further the question is also indicating that this is variable, this is fixed. So we will be classifying all the expenses in two parts, that is variable cost and fixed cost. Further, since we have to calculate the profit, so let's start with the revenue part. It is given that the hospital is charging rupees 2,000 per day from each patient for every bed. So rupees 2,000 they are charging from every patient for every bed. Now we have to calculate the number of patients bed. So now see, it is given that it was estimated that for 150 days in a year, 35 beds were occupied. For 150 days in a year, total 35 beds were occupied. For 80 days in a year, 25 beds were occupied. For 80 days, 25 beds were occupied. And further, it is given in the question that total we have taken 750 extra beds on hire. Now, guys, very important part. See, this question has alternate solution also. But since this is the solution that is given in the study material, so I'm just solving the calculation of patient beds as per the solution that is given in the study material. Yes, the opinion may differ from person to person, but since the institute is giving the solution, so I'm referring this part. I'll be writing the solution as per it is given in the study material. So this is the calculation of patient beds. So now into 8,000. So this will be 1 crore 60 lakh. Now let's start with the variable cost. And fixed cost. Hmm. So rent per month it is 75,000. So it's a fixed cost. Rent 75,000 per month into 12 months in a year. So this will be fixed cost. So this will be 9 lakh. Next is supervisor, 2 persons, 25,000 per month. 2 persons, 25,000 per month into total 12 months in a year. So this will be 6 lakh. Nurses, total 4 persons and 20,000 per month. 4 persons, 20,000 per month into 12 months in a year. So this will be 9,60,000. Ward boy again 4 person 5,000 per month. The total number of ward boys are 4. This will be 2,40,000. Now, see, very important, guys. Doctors are paid rupees 2,50,000 per month, paid on the basis of number of patients attended. So here in the doctor remuneration is varying on the number of patients attended. So this will be a variable cost and it will be 2,50,000 into 12. So 30 lakh will be the doctor's remuneration. Next is repairs, that is fixed 81,000. Food to patient, it is variable 8,80,000. Other services to patient 3 lakh variable. Lakh. Laundry charges are 6 lakh. Medicines are 7,50,000. Other fixed expenses are 10,80,000. Administration expenses are 10 lakh. Now see, extra bed higher charges are 750 into 100. So my total variable cost will be the total of all these items. So this will be 30 lakh plus 8,80,000. So 56 lakh 5,000 is my variable cost. Sales minus variable cost, this term we call it as contribution, is sales minus variable cost. So my contribution will be 1 crore 60 lakh minus 56 lakh 5,000. So 1039. We can calculate the fixed cost also. So this will be 48 lakh 61,000. So contribution minus fixed cost, total fixed cost. This is what my total fixed cost. So therefore my profit will be 55 lakh 34,000. Anyone having any doubts till now? You guys can please post your queries. Waiting for your queries. Okay, Rohan Sau. See, the question says that we are charging rupees 2,000 from every patient. हर पेशेंट से हम लोग 2,000 चार्ज करते हैं. One second. See, Rohan, very simple, my dear. We are charging rupees 2,000 from every patient. हर पेशेंट से हम लोग 2,000 रुपए चार्ज करते हैं. And the total number of patients are 8,000. I hope it is clear, Rohan. Yes, Rohan. See, very simple. For 150 days, 35 beds were occupied. For 80 days, 25 beds were occupied. And extra beds we took is 750. Extra bed, see, it is given in the question. See, read the question carefully. See, the hospital hired 750 beds. It is not per month. Total 750 beds at a charge of 100 per bed. I hope it is clear. So this 750 beds is during the year. Now let's proceed further. So we have calculated the profit. Now this is the first part. When talking about break-even sales, it is that level of sales where there is no profit, no loss. सेल्स का वो लेवल जहां पे हमें ना तो फायदा हो रहा है ना नुकसान हो रहा है. पेशेंट डेज पकड़ लीजिए, पेशेंट बेड्स पकड़ लीजिए. बोथ द अप्रोचेस आर करेक्ट, प्रियांशी. That's okay. So when talking about break-even sales, it is that level of sales where there is no profit or no loss, or where we can say sales is equals to total cost. Further, when talking about if you want to calculate break-even sales, the formula is fixed cost divided by contribution per unit. Fixed cost divided by contribution per unit. Again, as I said, there are no formulas in cost accounting, but as of now, I'm mentioning this formula, fixed cost divided by contribution per unit. Now, what's the logic behind this formula? I'll be discussing this part in detail in marginal costing. So as of now, for your reference, it is fixed cost divided by contribution per unit. In marginal costing, we will be discussing that how come this formula, why this formula. So when talking about fixed cost, we have 48 lakh 61,000. When talking about the contribution per unit, we can calculate contribution per unit per patient will be how much? See, the total contribution is 10. It is correct, I think, Rohan. Any doubts, Rohan? Thank you, Kirti. Very good. So we have got the contribution per patient. See, total 8,000 patients were there, and the contribution is 10395,000 divided by 8,000. So 1299.375. So now let's calculate break even. So the fixed cost is 48 lakh. You can, it's okay. I'm in Priyanshi. So the break-even number of patients are 3741. It means till 3741 patients, the company will not make profit. If the patient goes less than 3741, they will be the hospital will be in loss. But when the patient goes above 3741, the hospital will start making profit. So this is the point where there is no profit, no loss. Kirti, yes, very good. It's correct. So when talking about the number of patient, it can't be in fraction. It will be in the rounded. It will be rounded off. So this is all what about this question. If you guys have any doubts or queries, you guys can please post your query. I request you guys to at least copy this explanation. This explanation is important. Rest the solution is there in the study material. In the meanwhile, anyone having any doubts or queries, you guys can please post. Waiting for your queries. So anyone having any doubts or queries, guys? Rohan, Tanu, Almas, Sunil Kumar. Priyanshi, Sneha, Pooja, Jayendra. Kirti, any doubts, guys?
Sir,
Yes.
sir, in break-even sale cost per unit, it is written or cost per patient? Fixed
Man,
cost
who's
divided.
there?
Sir Rohan.
Okay, Rohan. So see, it is not cost, it is contribution per unit. Contribution per unit. When talking about contribution, what is contribution? Contribution is sales minus variable cost. Contribution is sales minus variable cost. So my total contribution is how much? 1039500 divided by number of patients. We are getting contribution per patient. I already mentioned also contribution per patient. Okay, that is 1299.375. So break even patient, how we will calculate fixed cost divided by contribution per patient. So accordingly, I have calculated 3741 patients. I hope it is clear, Rohan.
Sir, 8,000. Okay, sir.
This is
Got
the
it.
8000, the total number of patients.
Sir, why it is called as contribution?
I'll be discussing this part in detail in marginal costing.
Okay, sir.
Anything else?
No, sir.
I hope you are thorough with the concepts.
Yes, sir.
Okay, anyone who want to speak up, you guys can unmute yourself, raise your hand and you can speak up. Anything, Priyanshi, Kirti, Jayendra, anyone? Any sort of guidance you guys need in this chapter? Sunil Kumar, Almas, Mr. Parvez, Tanu, Pooja, Kirti, anyone? Sneha, any sort of guidance in this chapter? Oh, 1 second. Okay, yes, tell me.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Priyanshi. Yes, ma'am, tell me.
Sir, I was asking the same question as I asked in the chats that it is asking for break-even patient. So we will round it off to 1300. No, why we are taking it in fractions,
See,
patients,
that is
family fractions.
contribution per patient. एक patient से हमें कितना पैसा बचता है after deducting the variable cost. So you can round off this amount. You इसको आप चाहो तो round off कर सकते हो, इसको नहीं चाहो तो नहीं भी कर सकते हो. It's up to you. ये तो क्या है? Basically this is in rupees. But this part you have to always, it's like if it is 374.41.25 or from 95 also, you have to keep it 3741 only because this is the break even point, right? So if it is
Oh,
in rupees, you can round off. It's okay.
okay, sir.
Anyone else with any doubts or queries? So fine, guys. I'm done with this part also. We have discussed, we have completed transportation industry, hotel industry, and hospital industry. So wide variety of questions are available in study material, past practice manual, MTPs, RTPs on this part. That is basically the transportation industry, hospitals and hotels. So try to solve few questions. Even many questions must be available in your graduation level books also or past university papers. So wide variety of questions are available on these three industries. So you can refer all these material. The practice is the key. The more you will write, the more you will be better. I mean, the more you will write, the better you will be with the concepts. So try to solve as many as possible question in writing. What I have observed is that few students were not being able to solve the question in the given frame of time. They took they took bit more time than what I expected. So here it will help you if you will practice the questions in writing. It will help you to develop the speed also. So apart from the concept, especially in costing paper, speed is very important because I've been taking sessions from 2020, and what I have observed, many students also mentioned that sir, we are not being able to complete the paper. It's like hardly we are able to complete the paper of 70 marks or 75 marks. So the point is, guys, why? The major thing is that they don't practice. So try to solve as many as possible as many as possible questions in writing. So it will help you to improvise the concept. And yes, again, the speed. It will help you to increase the speed of writing the solution. So in every chapter, try to solve as many as possible questions in writing. Wide variety of questions are available over the institute websites. Past papers are available, MTPs are available, RTPs are available, even practice manual is available. Solve as many as questions possible. Again, it will help you to increase the speed and you will be able to complete the paper on time. Because costing का पेपर थोड़ा लेंथी साइड पे आता है, so काफी स्टूडेंट्स कंप्लीट नहीं कर पाते. So try to solve as many as possible questions. That is the key. Rest, I'll be discussing few more questions in the coming session on service costing, wherein we'll be discussing costing of toll roads, ITs, banking, and financial institution. So, in the meanwhile, you have 1 day break, that is for Wednesday, Tuesday. In fact, for today you have a day, and Wednesday you have a day. So, solve all the questions till now. Thereafter, we'll be discussing few more, and we'll wind up the chapter. So, guys, thank you so much for your time and patience and for active participation in the session. I appreciate your efforts. Many students tried solving the question. Don't worry if your answers are incorrect. Trust me, it will, trust me, you will be better. So take care, guys. God bless you. Have a great day. See you day after tomorrow. Admin, sir, session is over. Admin, sir, are you there? Admin, sir, are you there? सेशन इज ओवर. थैंक यू सर. बाकी बाद में तो कुछ दिक्कत नहीं आया.